You're 16 years old, sitting in a doctor's office. Maybe it's for acne. Maybe it's for period cramps. Maybe it's because your mom brought you in. The doctor hands you a prescription, small pink pills. Take one every day. You're told it's safe. Millions of women use it. FDA approved. What they don't tell you is what's happening in your brain the moment you start taking it. Let me show you something most doctors either don't know or don't mention. Copenhagen University scanned the brains of women on hormonal birth control, compared them to women not on the pill, found something they weren't expecting. The amygdala, that's the part of your brain that processes emotions and stress. In women on birth control, it was significantly larger. Not slightly larger, significantly. Enlarged amygdala correlates with anxiety disorders, depression, and emotional dysregulation. This isn't theory. This is structural brain change visible on an MRI. But here's where it gets more interesting. Birth control works by flooding your body with synthetic hormones, ethinyl, estradiol, and progestin. These aren't the same as your natural estrogen and progesterone. They're synthetic analogs designed to shut down your ovulation. Your body thinks it's pregnant. That's the mechanism. Constant pregnancy-level hormones convince your brain you're already carrying a child, so don't bother ovulating. Except your brain doesn't just control ovulation. It controls everything: mood, memory, stress response, mate preference, social behavior. When you alter the hormone environment, you alter all of it. Studies from the University of California found that women on birth control show reduced activity in brain regions responsible for emotional regulation. Translation: your ability to process and manage emotions is compromised. This isn't a side effect. This is a direct neurological consequence of the mechanism. Now, let's talk about something that might make you uncomfortable. Denmark did the largest study ever on birth control and depression. 1 million women, tracked for years. Women on the pill were 23% more likely to be prescribed antidepressants. Teenage girls on the pill, 80% more likely. Read that again. Teenage girls on hormonal birth control are 80% more likely to end up on antidepressants. This isn't correlation buried in noise. This is a 1 million person dataset showing a clear pattern. And yet, when you walk into a doctor's office at 16, nobody mentions this. They hand you the prescription, tell you it's safe, and send you home. Here's what else they don't mention. Birth control doesn't just affect your brain structure. It affects who you're attracted to. University of Stirling in Scotland ran a study. Women choose partners based on genetic compatibility, specifically something called MHC genes, major histocompatibility complex. Your immune system has a genetic signature. You're naturally attracted to people whose immune system genes are different from yours. This ensures genetic diversity in offspring, healthier children. But when you're on the pill, your mate preferences flip. Women on birth control are attracted to men with similar MHC genes, the opposite of what biology would normally select for. What does this mean in practice? You meet someone while on the pill, fall in love, get married, go off the pill to have kids. Suddenly, you're not attracted to them anymore. Not because they changed, because your brain chemistry changed. This has been documented. Women report decreased attraction to partners after stopping birth control. You didn't choose your partner. Synthetic hormones chose your partner. Now, let's talk about the side effect nobody wants to discuss, but everyone experiences: libido. Studies show that 30 to 40% of women on hormonal birth control report decreased sexual desire. Some studies put it higher, up to 70% in certain formulations. Think about the irony here. You're taking a pill so you can have sex without getting pregnant, and it kills your desire to have sex. The mechanism is straightforward. Birth control lowers free testosterone. Yes, women produce testosterone. It's crucial for sex drive. Synthetic hormones increase sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG. This protein binds to testosterone, making it unavailable. Less free testosterone means less libido. Simple biochemistry. But here's what makes this worse. For some women, the effect is permanent.
Even after stopping birth control, SHBG levels stay elevated. Testosterone stays suppressed. Sex drive doesn't come back. This has a name: post-birth control syndrome. Doctors will tell you it's not real, that it's psychosomatic, but women living with it know better. Their labs show the mechanism: elevated SHBG, low free testosterone, documented, measurable, real. And yet, when they go to their doctor, they're told it's in their head. Why isn't this common knowledge? Pharmaceutical companies fund research on their products. Negative results are less likely to get published. Publication bias. Birth control is a $20 billion industry. Research suggesting neurological side effects threatens that revenue. Studies get buried. Medical schools don't teach these effects. The average OBGYN gets one lecture on side effects during training, often pharma-sponsored. This isn't conspiracy. Money influences research, research influences medical education influences what your doctor tells you. Meanwhile, you're 16 sitting in that office and nobody mentions any of this. They tell you birth control is safe. They tell you millions of women use it. They tell you the benefits outweigh the risks. But they don't tell you the risks because they don't know them, or they don't think they're significant enough to mention. Here's another thing that doesn't get discussed: memory. UC Irvine did studies on how hormones affect memory consolidation. Natural hormones help you remember emotional events. That's adaptive. You remember dangerous situations so you avoid them in the future. Women on birth control show blunted memory for emotional events. Not just while they're on it, the effects persist after they stop. Your brain's ability to form certain types of memories has been altered, possibly permanently. This matters because memory isn't just about recalling facts. It's about learning from experience, building intuition, understanding social dynamics. When your emotional memory system is disrupted, you're operating with incomplete data about your own life. But I need birth control. What's the alternative? Fair question. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling you that you deserve to know what it does so you can make an informed choice. Copper IUD doesn't use hormones. Barrier methods don't alter brain chemistry. Fertility awareness works when done correctly. Or maybe hormonal birth control benefits outweigh risks for you. That's your choice. The problem is most women aren't making an informed choice. They're making a choice based on incomplete information. Doctors aren't lying to you. They genuinely believe what they're saying, but what they're saying is based on incomplete research and pharmaceutical company marketing.
When you stop your natural cycle, restarts. For some, immediately. Others, 6 months or longer. Brain produces own hormones again. Amygdala normalizes. Timeline varies. Some feel normal within weeks. Others take a year. Some changes persist. Universe A. Pill at 16 for 10 years. Anxiety, wrong relationships, no sex drive, off at 26. Year waiting for normal. Universe B. Informed at 16. Non-hormonal method. Brain develops naturally. Mate preference is yours. Same 10 years. Different brain. This isn't about demonizing birth control or telling women what to do. This is about informed consent. You can't consent if you don't know what it does. When doctor hands prescription, they should say this: these pills prevent pregnancy. They'll also alter brain structure, change who you're attracted to, increase depression risk, especially if young, might kill sex drive. Some effects might be permanent. Do you still want them? That's informed consent. That's what you deserve. Instead, most women find out years later when struggling with problems nobody warned about. Research exists. Copenhagen, Denmark, UC Irvine, Stirling, published, peer-reviewed, not hidden. Just not making it from research papers to doctors' offices to patient conversations. If you're on birth control experiencing mood changes or low libido or anxiety, you're not imagining it. Brain chemistry altered. If considering starting, now you have information most don't get until too late. Choice is yours. Always should have been, but should be choice based on complete information, not pharmaceutical marketing. Your brain matters. Mental health matters. Autonomy matters. You deserve to know what you're taking and what it does. Not sanitized version. Real version. Birth control prevents pregnancy. Also changes your brain. Both statements true. You deserve to hear both before deciding.